I remember the phone call at 3 in the morning. "You need to come now, there's not long left," my dad said. I remember the drive. Calm, peaceful, silent, empty streets. And as I drove, I remembered. I remembered her pushing me along College Street when a rat jumped into my pram. I remembered seeing her on a TV screen in a hospital when we first met Christopher, the first of 34 foster children she helped to look after. I remembered each year as winter turned to spring, she would take us to Ashurst Beacon to fly kites and climb up trees and roll down hills and build special, happy childhood memories. I remembered when she said she was ill. I remember the tiredness and the hair loss, and the physical pain and the blue pillow that she had to take everywhere. I remembered she ran the race for life, even though her own life was running away. I remembered she was in remission. I remembered she held my son the day after he was born. I remembered this was the only time he ever met her. I remembered everything in fast forward from then, the "it's back and it's spread" conversation, taking wooden flowers to her in hospital when real flowers were too dangerous, visiting her in Willowbrook, seeing her back at home in bed in my old room. I remembered the phone call. I still remember her last words. "I'm drowning," and the feeling of helplessness mixed with relief as she finally faded away. I remembered we sat downstairs, me, my dad and my sisters, and together we remembered everything all night long. We remembered until they came and drove her away. We remembered until the sun came up as winter turned into spring. And I remember we laughed together, far more than seems appropriate. I remember great pride and joy as Reverend Payne read her eulogy, speaking of the family and the foster kids and the church work and the charity work and how she always put everybody else first. And as the tears started to flow from his eyes, I finally realised just how many lives she had touched. I remember flowers. I remember bright colours. I remember many sad, smiling faces. I remember tears. I remember taking her wooden flowers from the top of the coffin and promising to always remember. And now, each year as winter turns to spring, we visit the place of special, happy childhood memories. I climb a tree and I attach one of the wooden flowers to a branch, marking out the years since she passed. And in that small, insignificant act, once a year, I remember.